In my last video, I talked about being uncomfortably comfortable and consuming way too much content. So today, I decided to do something radical. I tried to just sit in my room in complete silence and face the boredom. I wanted to lower my stimulation and give my overcooked brain a break. That lasted exactly until I picked up my phone. I immediately fell down a rabbit hole, watching News Nation Q&A with Ross Coulthart about UAPs and checking out some newly declassified Pentagon footage. Honestly, the footage was a little underwhelming. Mostly just blurry objects, but I was officially stimulated again. I was feeling so much mental resistance to literally anything. I realized we were out of milk for my cereal, and my brain was just like, nope, that is entirely too much work. Thankfully, our family friend came home from church and saved the day by making me a beef and rice burrito. After eating, I actually tried to channel some of that restless energy into something productive. I sat down for about 20 minutes and I drew two storyboard frames. They were basically just a visual demonstration of me trying to sit with my boredom, capturing my overstimulated mind, and attempting to de escalate. So here's that right there. While I was doing some chores at the house, I later started listening to a video about how Gen Alpha is struggling to read and pay attention. It actually got me thinking about my own lack of structure. I've been putting off things like community college for years because I hate rigid schedules. But with all these late mornings and endless nights of doom scrolling, I might actually need that forced structure. I need something to push me to output work instead of just taking in information. Speaking of structure, my work shift was an absolute mess of it. I am so conditioned to doing sweeps every single day that when I punched in, I just went on autopilot. I grabbed what I thought was my sweep vest. It was actually the orange lot vest, and I headed to the back to start the produce sweep. While I was back there, I ran into one of my co managers on their very last day at the store. I had promised them a while ago that I would say their name in the highest pitched voice I possibly could before they left. So I did it right then and there. They got a massive kick out of it, and I told them I was genuinely glad that they made working at the store such a memorable experience. After that, I finally checked the actual schedule and thought, awesome, I don't have sweeps today. I'm just on lot duty. I spent the first few hours grabbing carts and bagging groceries. I tried out a new joke on a customer about Snickers and Twix that completely bombed. But hey, that's comedy. You gotta test the material. On my lunch break, things took a dark turn. I opened the fridge to grab my zero sugar Pepsi, and someone had taken one of them. A true betrayal. I ate my sub and mac and cheese while watching a red letter media review on a movie about the backrooms. They talked about the movie itself, how they were glad a young filmmaker got a massive budget to make it, and their general opinions on how it turned out. But the whole concept of the backrooms really got me thinking on my own. It perfectly describes that eerie feeling of an empty mall or packing up your childhood bedroom. Places that used to be full of life, but are now just empty shells. Honestly, the whole concept of a liminal space really resonated with me. That is exactly how my headspace feels right now, like a place of transition. I punched back in, and a coworker mentioned the person doing sweeps had left a long time ago. I confidently went to the schedule to prove them wrong. Turns out, I was the one who was wrong. My name was formatted weirdly right next to theirs, and I had actually been assigned sweeps on top of lot duty. I completely missed an hour of my sweeps. I threw on my actual sweep vest, scrambled to catch up, dealt with some leaky trash bags, and finally got everything cleared out and wiped down. As I was leaving, my other manager said the chip aisle looked like trash. I told them, "It doesn't look like trash. It looks like a pile of chips." And finally got a laugh from one of my other coworkers who was there. I got in my car and made a promise to myself. No YouTube, no podcasts, no consuming content tonight. I'm going straight home and I'm recording this video, and then I'm going to go to sleep before 1 a.m. Small steps, but small steps make a big difference. Well, that's it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, everybody.